So RFK Jr., this terrible, terrible person, has made it real clear recently that he's for Trump, that he's just in this to try to help Trump win. And we knew this from the beginning. Anybody who paid any attention knew long before he got into the race that he was a Trumper or a Trump-ootineer, trying to spread the Trump virus with lies about it and all the other things that go along with being a Trump-ootineer. I won't go into all the terrible details, but they're terrible. So he's part of the whole plan to overthrow the country with Trump, but was, doing his side thing or whatever. But his recent comments about how, well, Trump's a bit better, trying to say that Trump's somehow preferable, say that his real problem was with Biden, something like that. He's really, showing to everybody who he is. At the same time, no labels just quit because they couldn't find a candidate. It makes me think, Cornel West, Jill Stein, other presidential candidates who are out there in other parties, why wouldn't No Labels partner up with them in some way instead of just quitting? It seems like the danger, or why wouldn't they even partner up with RFK? Okay, I know why they wouldn't, but no, they're the same thing though. They're funded, and their agenda's been the same. They've of course not been like RFK. They haven't been batshit crazy and like all sorts of terrible stuff. I can't get into the details of terrible stuff. It's really terrible. It's like the worst stuff that's ever existed on the planet Earth. But these other guys, they're just maybe distractions, or they're not trying to win. And if No Labels had approached them or teamed up or got some type of big unity candidate, Matthew McConaughey, Taylor Swift, or if they were, getting everybody to say they would support somebody who's with a realistic chance to win, like AOC, or even Bernie Sanders, they could, have their candidate. They couldn't find anybody to run against Biden and Trump, who everybody says nobody wants. So it's like nobody wants Biden, Trump, or anybody else. And that's sad, or that nobody wants to be the president up against them when plenty of people, anybody, you possibly, depending on who's watching this, Lady Gaga, love you, you could be the president. If you want to be president, you could be president this year, and we need a real president. It's terrible that we want to vote for Biden when he's in the midst of plotting and carrying out a genocide. And how can you say that's good? Well, Trump would carry out the genocide faster, for one thing, and a lot of other genocides. He would carry out the Ukrainian genocide and the genocide on Americans as well faster. He would destroy this country intentionally, for Putin. It's not his plan necessarily, but he would do it, and he would do it so much faster, and everyone else would suffer more. But the problem with Biden is being barely better than a Nazi is still Nazi. It's not good enough. Unless you're anti-Nazi, unless you're anti-Trump, unless you've already arrested Trump. Biden's had years to arrest Trump. Unless you've already done that, you're not anti-Trump and anti-Putin and anti-Nazi enough to be an American president. So that's who we need next. I'm really hoping the Democrats are just planning all along like a big switcheroo at the convention, and AOC will be our next president next year, or Jasmine Crockett, or anybody who's good and really for the people and who's against war and against Trump and against Putin and against genocide and willing to stop it. It's already against our laws. Even Nancy Pelosi has signed on to stopping sending arms. It Either that's just for show, which wouldn't be surprising, or we should actually do it because it's illegal and wrong, and mostly because it's wrong and killing people, and we can stop that. And all you have to do is upset the power structure, just overthrow Netanyahu, who's a Putin puppet too. And the simplest way to end both of these wars is arrest damn Trump. That she's a traitor. Arrest Putin's main agent in America and show him you're not putting up with it anymore. You're not just gonna, keep stacking up arms, to try to reach a balance level on borders and stuff to maintain wars and continue wars, but you're actually going to win, in clever ways, like arresting his main spy. Like, it doesn't even take much smarts to see that one. Put Putin's puppy in the pound. Anyway, I see that the genocide is an offshoot of the Ukraine war in some ways because Netanyahu is a Putin puppet. But we need to hold them to account and stop them. We can stop all war when we do it because it's all been a farce and a travesty on humanity. Thank you.